What's going on, guys? It's Aswell here, and welcome to tier listing. We're back today. We're doing a shorter tier list. I'm a little sick right now, which is why I'm doing this, but we are doing all Five Nights at Freddy's games tier list. I know it says it stops at Help 1 and 2, but I have added Secret of the Mimic, since that is the most recent game. This was last edited in 2024, so this game is... Oh, what did I just click on? Oh, what the frick? Anyways, there's only, not that many options. I think there's like 13 options total, so I'm just gonna slap them down, give you some words of advice from your boy Aswell, and then, that'll be that. Anyway, starting off with Five Nights at Freddy's 1. I'm gonna put FNAF 1 in S tier, okay? FNAF 1, in my opinion, it's really great. This game terrified me as a kid. I am not even gonna lie. I think I was like, what? This game came out in like 2014. I was 12 at the time. Literally gave me, like, I could not sleep. This game gave me terrible nightmares. I didn't even watch it. For context, I had a tablet, right? I had a tablet at the time, which is how I watched YouTube. But I'd get it taken away if my grades were really bad in school, right? And my grades dropped a whole bunch around the time FNAF came out, so I didn't have any internet access for like 2 months straight, which sucked, right? And so I come back to the internet, and all I'm seeing from everybody I'm subscribed to, and like tons of other stuff, is just Five Nights at Freddy's. And like the characters just look so unnerving and like creepy. The first video I ever watched, I had no idea what it was Markiplier's Night 6 video on Five Nights at Freddy's. And like I just remember like not knowing what was going on and seeing like the flashing images of the animatronics and whatnot. And that was just enough to like freak me out. And I couldn't look at anything of it. And I'm not even kidding. I would go to bed and I would literally hallucinate like Chica and Bonnie and like Freddy, like in the darkness of my doorway. It was bad. So yeah, this one definitely S tier. It's like this one is very scary. And we got Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Also, this game is actually pretty difficult. I know there are ways to like beat it easier, but there's a bit of RNG to it as well. Anyways, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is A tier. This one was pretty good. I loved the animatronic designs. Really great. The withers all look great. The toy animatronics all look really great. The introduction of the puppet was really good. Like the gameplay of, putting the mask on. Although, once you get further in, the game basically just turns into wind the music box, camera down, mask up. No one's in there. Mask down, flash the light in case Foxy's there. And then you just put the cameras back up, and then you repeat everything you just did, which, is kind of, a little annoying. I never actually saw Golden Freddy in my playthrough. In fact, I don't even think I beat Night 6. Maybe I should return to FNAF 2 sometime, beat Night 6. Comment down below if I should. But yeah, FNAF 2, not as scary as FNAF 1, but this is the one that got me into Five Nights at Freddy's, because this one scared me, so I hated it. And then they came out with the second one, and then I realized they're probably going to make more. So I'm like, I better just force myself to get into this. But yeah, good secrets as well. FNAF 3 is this one's hard because I like the secrets in it. There are like a lot of like really sort of random stuff, like go to this camera and do this button configuration on the arcade game, or click this picture of Freddy, touch this golden cupcake, find the hidden nightmare cupcakes, or whatever, which is great, but I don't really like the gameplay. The gameplay in this one is really annoying. It's not hard, it's just annoying. So I'm like torn. I'm like, I don't know if I put it in B tier or C tier. I'm gonna put it in B tier, but it's very low on B tier. Any other B tiers are probably gonna go above it. But yeah, I enjoy, it's okay. It's an okay game. I really just like the secrets. I do like Springtrap. I do think he kind of looks cool as far as like design goes. He's very sort of grungy. I don't know if that's the right application for that word, but it's whatever. Anyways, Five Nights at Freddy's 4 is also S tier, especially for its scary factor. This is actually the only game, at least so far, that I just can't play this game. I can't do horror games, right? If a game is really scary, I just can't do it. Like, I played FNAF 1 and 2 and 3 because I'm like mostly desensitized to them. But if, like these games, like, they've got cameras, they have very like, easy to understand systems that you use in order to prevent the animatronics from killing you. FNAF 1, it's just put the doors down. I mean, you could literally start the night, put the doors down, and immediately be safe until the power goes out, With FNAF 2, it's you just put the mask on and wind the music box, flash Foxy. That's like basically the three main things you gotta do. FNAF 3, just do the little voice alert on like camera 10 and 9, keep Bucky-Roo as far away from you as possible, and then reset your stuff every now and then, right? And then you can even click off the cameras whenever you see like the phantoms or whatever to make sure you get jump scared as little as possible. But FNAF 4, it's like you just have to listen, right? And it's so like hard, and you gotta crank your volume up. And if you get jump scared, it's super loud. And I literally got jump scared by Foxy on night 1 on FNAF 4, and I had to be done. I couldn't go back. Maybe one day we'll go back and visit FNAF 4, but for now it falls into a category of I just cannot play this game. FNAF World is also S tier. In fact, we're gonna put this in number 1, greatest FNAF game of all time. I really wish we could get another one. It's kind of bad that we probably won't. Especially since we've gotten so many new characters, they could absolutely make a new FNAF World. I mean, come on, Scott Cawthon, give us another FNAF World, FNAF World 2, you know, Super FNAF World, whatever. But yeah, FNAF World is great. I'm still playing FNAF World right now on the channel. In fact, you should go watch all my FNAF World videos because we're technically not done yet. We still have a few more endings to get, and then we still have the 1.2 update or whatever, which adds all like the Halloween characters and whatnot. So yeah, great game. Love this game. Awesome game. Sister Location. I think this is like one of the few games I haven't played. I'm gonna be honest. Sister Location is C tier. This is when they started adding like voice acting and stuff to the game, which, in my opinion, I've never really been a fan of adding the voices to the animatronics because it humanizes them a bit too much, gives them a bit too much personality. So it's like, you know, in these games, you see like Chica staring at you in the window of, you know, the camera or the office. Like, it's freaky because she's just standing there looking at you with her beak just open. But if she was just like, I see you, hi, like, yeah, that would just take so much of the edge away. It's like, it's just not scary. So I'm not a fan of the voice acting. I understand why they added it in because FNAF Sister Location is very linear and story based. But yeah, I also heard that it's basically just a mini game simulator. This one is The Goat. We love this game. What is it? I'm forgetting what it's called. Pizzeria Simulator. This is a great game. It's free to play, so you can grab it right now off of Steam. Play the game. It's a tycoon game, so you can build your own pizzeria. There are the nights, which are pretty scary and have a bit of RNG, although I heard they get annoying later on. I don't know. I basically just played the game for the tycoon and didn't get any of the animatronics because I was terrified of them. But yeah, great game. Lots and lots of lore. It has lore on the level of like FNAF 3. There's still stuff from this game that we still don't understand, like the Midnight Motor stuff. So that's great. Love this game. Awesome game. I'm actually going to put this game... I'm going to put it right here. This one still, I think, beats it out in terms of it just being like the original and whatnot. But like, this one's just great. Ultimate Custom Night is like an A tier. It's okay. You know, it's really just one big, you know, throw on the animatronics and see what happens. Which is, I'm not complaining, but like, it's not super crazy. It's basically just it's one big war simulator. No, it's one big like lore game. You get lots and lots of lore from the voice line to complete certain difficulties and, you know, all that good stuff. I think this is Help Wanted. I really liked Help Wanted. I'm gonna put Help Wanted at the top of A tier. It's pretty great playing FNAF 1, 2. Actually, no, there is FNAF 3 in VR. It's a lot of fun playing those games in VR, especially FNAF 1, which in my opinion is the easiest. FNAF 2 is way scary. Like, I wouldn't say FNAF 2 is that scary, but playing it in VR is like, oh, that is a scary game, okay? Seeing the animatronics walking towards you and trying to figure out when you have to put the mask on, I could not do it. But yeah, there it is. This is a great game. AR is F tier because it doxes you. Which I guess is really the only problem if you're a YouTuber, which, I mean, the game doesn't even exist anymore. You can't play it anymore. Like, and there was, like, as far as I know, there's very minimal lore implications for AR. I think I watched, like, a game theory video where he tried to make the rationalization that, like, basically what is it called? The company who owns all of this, the Five Nights at Freddy's stuff, Fazbear Entertainment, is being run by William Afton's like wife, and so she's just trying to make as much money as possible by making a bunch of random animatronics and sending them to people's houses or something. I don't know all the details, Either way, the game is just, it required Wi-Fi, it was only on mobile, and it's also unplayable now. So yeah, F tier. Security breach is, I'm gonna put it in E tier. Security breach was really bad. I see people try to defend security breach so often, and security breach is just, it is a terrible game on every standard. The art style sucks. It is super cartoony. I mean, just look at Gregory and Vanessa. They look not human at all. And I'm not gonna say these games look super realistic, but like FNAF 1, 2, and 3, at least like they are in this weird in between of they look like they could be real. Like, look, when I'm looking at these cameras look like they're real. The offices not so much, but like there's some levels of like it feels real, which in my opinion what makes the game so much scarier. And the graphics in this game sometimes can look pretty good, like with the RTX and whatnot, but it doesn't matter because the art is just garbage. None of the animatronics are scary. The environment isn't scary. You're literally in a giant, like, well-lit shopping mall with tons of purple and pink colors everywhere. The lore was messed up at this point because Scott was like, here, he had the story basically for Security Breach, but he didn't want to give it to them, Steel Wool, because he wanted it to still be a secret. So he basically gave them the lore in puzzle piece form. Was like, here you go, this is what I want in the game. And then Steel Wool, not having any idea what they're supposed to do with these puzzle pieces, basically stuck them together in what they thought would be good. And that's why the story makes literally no sense. Scott literally said he wanted Burn Trap to just be like a vestige that appears like in the background every once in a while, just like almost stalking you but not being real or whatever. And instead we get this weird half-assed boss fight, and it's just like, what? And that's not even including the fact that the game is a glitchy, abhorrent mess. I mean, the game was basically unplayable on PS4 at launch, and even now I'm pretty sure it is like really, really bad. There's tons of glitches in the game. Even now I'm pretty sure there's tons of glitches in the game that are pretty accessible, but early on the game was just a glitchy mess. So yeah, garbage. This is a very special book. I'm gonna put this one in A tier as well. This one's really good. There's obviously a lot of, voice acting and whatnot, which does add some character to, the characters, but in some cases it's kind of like, I don't know. I guess it depends on the situation, because I did play, what was it? It was the carousel repair where Moon's trying to get you, and he's like talking in the background, which made it scarier because he's the threat. But at the same time, I was doing the second food cooking mini game with Chica, right? And she's like behind you, and I don't know if you're supposed to look at her to make her go away or what. But at first, when I was doing it, she would just talk, and I just didn't care. I'm just like, yeah, Chica, shut up. It wasn't until I saw that she was behind me that it became like a bit scary because I realized, oh, you're the threat this time. But yeah, I didn't play a ton of it because this one I do think is a bit scarier, but it's a lot of more like random mini games and whatnot. So yeah, and then we have Secret of the Mimic, which in my opinion, Secret of the Mimic is like a B tier game. I'll put it under, actually no, I'm gonna put it above it because I said I would put you at the bottom. Secret of the Mimic is fine. It's not a scary game. Like, this game isn't really scary at all. It's an okay game. Not really a ton of glitches. Although, if you get off the ground, the game will absolutely implode, which is why all the speedruns require you to immediately get off the ground. But yeah, not really a ton of lore, in my opinion. Like, sure, we get to see, like, original Chica and, like, the original floor plan of, like, a lot of the Five Nights at Freddy's stuff and, a lot of that stuff, which, it's cool story, but it's not like, I feel like it's not important story. Like, nobody was asking who Edwin Murray was and what was going on with him and the guy who made the original animatronics. Like, that's some cool, it's like extra fluff. It's cool that it's there, but it doesn't, I don't really care. Okay, I don't care, Also, like, the Mimic isn't even, like, supernatural or haunted. As far as I can tell, he's just like a rogue AI, which isn't even that scary either. Not to mention that he always appears in certain areas. There's certain areas that have animatronics that can come to life. So you always know to be on your guard in those areas. And also, he always just comes to life and just walks around. Like, if he was one of the animatronics and you didn't know which one he was, that'd be way better. Like, you're walking and then suddenly he, like, pounces at you or something. And maybe they had, like, some ways for you to, like, know that it was him. But literally, like, I don't know. It's just annoying when, you're trying to, like, get, I don't know, immersed, and you want the animatronics to be, like, scary, and then you just hear donk, donk, donk of the Mimic running around, and I think Cat Rock is most likely a ghost, which that is the only scary part of the game, in my opinion. The Cat Rock section in the dark. That one was alright. It had like some effects of like original like FNAF, which was great. But it's still like the art style like has devolved even further from Security Breach. It's even less scary than it was in Security Breach, in my opinion. And I understand that some people like to be like, oh, but Moon, Sleepy Moon is down there. He's like an actual ghost or whatever. That's fine. Sleepy Moon is so abhorrently unscary. It's actually insane that they let that design go through. Like, imagine you're playing a horror game and you're in like a dark area, and the threat is a giant, silly circle ball head thing that glows. You're in a dark area and the enemy is glowing. So already, it literally is like signifying that he's nearby. He looks goofy as hell. It's just a terrible design. I genuinely don't understand what they were thinking. He isn't even withered either. He's in perfect condition still. You think if there was like a dead body in him or something, like you'd have some like levels of like rot or something. But no, there's nothing. So yeah, Secret of the Mimic, B tier. But yeah, that's my tier list of Five Nights at Freddy's. I know there are a few games that aren't on here, like Freddy in Space 2, and I think there's even a Freddy in Space 3, but that was made for like game theory, like marathon thing. I don't know. There's also some other like side games, but like these are like the main games. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this tier list, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you disagree with any of these, comment down below. Obviously, I understand that some people really like some of these certain games, like Security Breach. I've seen people defend Security Breach to the death. I don't understand it. So, yeah, anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Until next time, so peace!